There's a lot of beauty in positive psychology, but it can get also a little bit like a jungle. There's so many different exercises, and as a practitioner, how do you go about all of that? How do you select things? And I think this, the metaphor is such a beautiful addition to working with all the different tools that positive psychology has to offer.
I think in order to grasp a real level of mastery of understanding of positive psychology, I think the sailboat metaphor is just a really lovely way of coming to a well-organized understanding.
The thought of positive psychology in general is a bit disorganized, the field, with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but this framework that you guys have introduced has kind of helped organize it.
It provides a way of access to something that is quite scientific, but is actually gives people who are not necessarily scientifically minded or don't have the background in the subject matter, it gives them access to it, and it gives them a way of understanding it.
The client can think of themselves as the captain, and so I think in that way, think of themselves in a very active role rather than a passive role, and I think that's a nice shift.
I'm so impressed with the content and the way it was delivered. It so inspires me to use it in many areas of my life.
I'm very, very, very happy. I am returning back home much more self-confident on to do my job as a coach.
I think the course is great, and I think I don't even know how much it's going to help me in the future.
I think he's also brought in a lot of research, which I as a psychologist, I really appreciate, that there's evidence-based practices that have been focused on with the positive psychology.
The way it's organized, the way that you all have put all of this together in that framework, I think has been really well done.
Well, I think it's useful for coaches who are working with maybe at-risk people or folks that are trying to enhance personal development, but it also can be infused with psychotherapy for people that are having mental health problems.
Especially for those who want to deepen their practice of positive psychology and to really, I mean, it's such a hands-on metaphor to use to work with clients.
So I'm a psychologist, I'm a therapist, and I certainly would recommend this to other therapists, even though I have a lot of background, obviously, in psychology and different therapeutic approaches.
I mean, I can think of, children, higher education, professional associations, the workplace, businesses where traditionally the human side of things might not be too important outside HR.
This course and positive psychology has healed me. I cannot stress enough how I would always think those two should always go together.